you started him off early, Cowboy?
Yeah, he likes to punch and kick shit.
So Askar did very well. He got only like 5, maybe 6 pounds max.
Will Harris, my brother. Look, hey, ladies and gentlemen, like you can see, this is Nasrat Haqparast. Wait 1 second. Mayday. Okay, watch over.
What's up, Sergio?
What's up? Cowboy, how are you?
How was everything? How was your day? Good?
Is it you? Yeah, good? Fuck yeah.
I need to go to the toilet before, bro. One time. Oh, I need one of this. Let me check first with underwear. After we need to without underwear. Josje, kannst du mein Handtuch halten?
Yeah.
Komm, hier runter. Wo ist Dennis?
Long time. In Brave, we had a fight, championship fight. Yeah. A good friend from Tijuana. He invited me after the fight to Tijuana. I said, no, my brother.
No bitch, shut the fuck up. Tell your best friend, hey, shut the fuck up. Hey, my little baby, low key, hey, flexer. 6 feet on the whip, that's a price tag.
Cutting weight's not fun, and some guys it's easier. It's much easier for some guys than others. This is how you took care of your diets months ago. You know, a lot of guys weren't strict on their diet months ago, so today they're gonna pay the price a little more. Sometimes having 1 extra pound to lose, because every time you lose a pound, it gets a little harder and harder. And that last pound is the hardest because your body just doesn't want to let go of any more. So a lot of the guys who are carrying around an extra weight, a lot of guys who didn't do their conditioning, they're paying the price today maybe a little bit. And some guys who are just too big for their category, or just a little bit bigger in their category. So it's just tougher for them because they're trying to lose a little more weight. And for some other guys, it's just, some guys can lose 10 pounds, feel good. Some guys lose 4 or 5 pounds, they don't feel good. It's very genetic, very different for everybody. So for some guys it's easy, and for some guys it's really, really tough. And I think if you look around, you could see, you know, some guys are really suffering. Where's the scale?
The scale is in the 164.6 with the underwear. So
164.6?
Yeah, 0.4 without underwear.
162 we start.
Okay, perfect, Aisha.
2 pounds and a half.
How many pounds do you have?
I don't know.
You don't know? You just eat and just sweat, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Maybe 2, maybe 1, maybe 3. Yeah. How many you got?
Me? 8 pounds, easy.
Well, I don't have that.
Getting those behind the scenes. Getting those behind the scenes.
He doesn't know who it is.
I'm Mexican.
Yeah, weight cutting's it's something else. You know, some people hate it. You know, some people that's the only thing that they try to stay away from during fight camp is those big weight cuts. They're so draining. It's like having a 800-pound gorilla on your back. You're trying to get the weight off. You're trying to get a sweat. The sweat comes. You take everything off. You get on the scale. You still got 2 pounds. Your mouth is dry. Your energy's low. And you know you only got about 24 to maybe 18 hours left before you weigh in. and it's just a mental battle with yourself. You know, I've seen people just sit in the sauna. I see people do it all kinds of different ways. I mean, I've been wrestling my whole life. When we were kids, lining up, but you see kids shaving their heads, doing childish stuff like that, standing on top of their heads, doing funny stuff like that, trying to get the weight off. But at this level, man, you know, especially the older you get also, it gets a little bit harder every time. But no weight cut's easy.
All of it. I cut it all. The max amount. Whatever the max amount is, that's what I do.
I think skills are more important than weight cut, bro. You can be bigger than him, but if the other guy is more skilled, maybe just the first round the bigger guy is gonna have advantage, but over 15 minutes or 25, right?
Yeah. I agree. I'm always the bigger guy though.
Very disrespectful towards Cowboy. Oh, he's lost his last two. He's on the downside of his career. You know, he's just a cupcake. He's just a tune-up fight, if you will, for Convert. He's no tune-up fight. He's always game.
I call today now is all about the mind. You know, the body's already ready. They put 8 to 12 weeks of training. They have the coaches. They have the support. Now the mind. But I believe weight cut. A lot of people said weight cut is not good for you, but I think weight cut the right way is good for you. I think make you strong mentally. And when guys cut weight well, they strong very mentally. That's what I think.
Some people think it's probably like, I don't know, some people probably roll their eyes at that shit, but dude, this means the world to me, like, my friends and my family and shit, and like, bro, like, it gets me choked up when I fucking talk about it, like, it gets me emotional and shit. Like, the way we grew up and shit, we raised each other. Like, I would have not survived if it weren't for like a couple people in this room at different stages of my life. Like some of these dudes I met at 13, and like I was spending like most school nights at their house. Like their mom fed me and shit because I couldn't stand being home. And like some of these dudes I met when I was 19 on house arrest, and I came to Team Alpha Male, and they took me under their wing and shit. Like these dudes, Fabio, Danny, like saved my fucking life, dude. Favor, all these guys, saved my fucking life straight up. I'm just hella thankful, dude. You always get all emotional cutting weight and shit, but
The first fight's with the scale. You know, people at home don't get a chance to see that. They just see, you know, guys warming up or guys, you know, training and getting ready. They see the countdown show, but rarely do you ever see the guys suffering in the sauna, wearing plastics in the countdown shows. No one sees that, and that's one of the hardest parts that people neglect to recognize. And you know, if you've never been a part of any sport where you have to make weight, then you pretty much don't really know. You can kind of guess and you know, think you know what you're talking about, but until you're there, until you have to drop 6 pounds, 7 pounds, and you have nothing left, you really don't know. It's a lonely feeling. Your team can't help you do that. I mean, it's up to you. You got to bite down. You got to make it happen. You know, the team can support you and wipe you down and grease you up and help you take your plastics off, but at the end of the day, you're the one going through pain. But it's all for a good reason, you know. You suffer the day before the weigh-ins, you weigh in, you eat dinner, you have a good night's sleep, and then you get the opportunity, you know, you get the opportunity to fight in front of the rest of the world and to prove that your skill is the best. And without making weight, you know, you don't really get a chance to do that, or you do, but it's not the same. It's not the same. And you know, I know people have trouble making weight, and I totally understand that, because sometimes you just can't get the weight off. Sometimes you take the fight on short notice, but there's no excuse for missing weight, in my opinion. I mean, I missed weight one time my whole life, and it was when I was 13 years old. But other than that, you know, 22 fights with the company, I never missed weight. Never even been close. You know, it's something you have to do.